Well, welcome to my studio. I'm working on a painting of Positano on the Amalfi Coast of Italy. And it's over the little terrace. I showed you a picture of the full painting in the beginning. It's a terrace overlooking the town of Positano, hillside with buildings and then a bluff. And it's sunset. So I've already painted the sky, and now I'm working on the water. And I've saved my sky colors because the water is reflecting the sky. So we just use some of that color first of all, to block in my water. And now the horizon line I made a little bit darker, and it's a mixture of my mud, which is 2 parts of ultramarine blue and 1 part of alizarin crimson. And then I added a little more ultramarine blue plus white into that. And the horizon line is just a little bit darker. So as I move forward, I want to just get the water totally covered, and then I'll start bringing some of the reflections down into it. Now as we come forward, this will get a little bit lighter, some of the sky color in here. Because the water back here is reflecting this part of the sky. As we come down, then we get some of the brighter color in there. I've saved all my sky colors, and I just put those onto the left side of my palette. And that way then I don't have to worry about remixing. I mixed enough paint that I would be able to do this. Now I've got a big bougainvillea here, so I'm not worried about painting this section of the water. It's going to be a hot pink bougainvillea. Just come down a little bit where I'll be able to have some of the water showing through the bougainvillea. This mixture here is a mixture of my mud plus white plus a little bit of alizarin crimson plus some cadmium red light. And then I've got, this is that same mixture with less mud in it. Same color combinations. Now we get that color coming up. Again, the water's going to be more muted than the sky, but we still get some of that color. And then as we come forward, some of the blue will start reflecting down in. Let's go back first though and do my water back here. This is actually going to get a lot of this light reflecting down in, but I want to get it covered first, and then I can bring those colors down into that base watercolor, or base color of the water. This is oil paint, it's not watercolors, so. Again, I start bringing some of this other color in here. And as the underneath underneath this bluff, we're going to start seeing some of the true color of the water, because the sky is keeping the sky from reflecting down into this area. So let's continue getting some of this color in here. And also now we'll start getting some of the blue reflecting into the water. So I've got a mixture of, this is ultramarine blue plus phthalo blue plus white. And then I also have a mixture of my ultramarine blue plus white. And I keep cleaning my brush. I use a lot of tissue as I paint. The secret to clean, crisp, pretty colors on your canvas is a clean brush. So we start bringing some of that blue color in here, and I'm going to work some of make this a little more muted. But this comes in, and so we'll have that deeper actual color of the water, not influenced by the sky right in there. And then as we come up here, we'll start getting some of the blues from the sky working in. That's a little bit dark. had my colors pre-mixed, but a lot of times then I have to go back in and lighten or darken or just adjust them just a little bit. They do some fine tuning. Which this is nice because this is going to allow me to get some of this brighter color down in here that will bring our eyes forward from the background. And then there's a little beach right here. So I get this covered. This water is so beautiful. And it's so pretty when it's reflecting the colors of the sunset down in there, or the sunrise. I mean, this could be sunrise too. Just either one. Well, actually, we're facing west, so it is sunset, but it's entirely up to the viewer. If they want this to be a sunrise, they can be a sunrise. That's the joy of painting. You don't have to have it, doesn't have to actually be. Like I can have flowers growing, I can have spring flowers growing with fall flowers, and that's just the fun of painting. We can make the world as we want it to be. So I need to bring this down. And I'm going to start bringing some of my blues in here too, to just give us a foil behind the pink bougainvillea. Pink on top of pink is not the best. This gives us an opportunity then to bring this color behind the bougainvillea, which will make it appear more bright too. This is a more muted blue-purple. Now I will bring some of this in behind here because these clouds are coming, reflecting down, but we'll have some blues in there too. This gives you an idea of how I block in the water. There's still a lot more, will be a lot more work to do on it. Now we're going to go back here and start adding some of the brighter colors in here. From the sun is actually just right in here, but it reflects on these clouds, and so we want this light to be shining here. A little glow back here. You can see with this, even this is called a bright brush. It's got a square end, but even so, it's big. I can use the corner to make smaller brush strokes. And I have my reference material on the laptop on the tabouret to the right of my easel. So I've got I can just look at that, and that tower is going to be dark, so I want that lighter color to come back behind that. And some of these pinks and stuff in here. Just gives a nice glow on the water. And we'll have a little more of this color coming over in here. Then I clean my brush. Now I've got big choppy brush strokes out there, but that water in the distance, I want it to be smoother, not as textured, because that texture draws your eye back. And as the ocean goes back further, you just don't get that texture. You get a smoother color back there. So I clean my brush out, and then I can just drag it lightly and just smooth that out a little bit. That just makes that go back. And I'll do the same thing here. Got a brush stroke in there I want to get out, so I just, again, lightly just pull it. And we come in here, we work around this tower. Different colors. Again, starting up here, we start really getting some variation in the colors. And right at the beach, I'm going to make a mixture of my phthalo turquoise blue plus white, and that's going to give me just a nice turquoise blue where the water gets shallower at the beach. And this again is just a nice little bright touch that just brings your eye down into this area, makes that water appear shallower. That one brushstroke was a little bit darker. So that's how I block in the water. I really appreciate you watching my YouTube videos. I know several of you have asked if I teach, and unfortunately I just don't have the time. God has blessed me incredibly as an artist, and I've got lots of commissions to do. I have gallery obligations to meet, and so I just don't have time to teach. But my blog and my YouTube videos are my way of being able to at least help you, teach you, and if you have questions, please just ask them in the comments section. And I just really appreciate you watching my videos. Please visit my blog. I will show the complete step-by-step process of this painting on my blog. The link is in the description below. And as I'm working, I don't answer the phone because it's too interruptive. If it's somebody that's important, they'll leave a message. If not, then they won't. So you just have a wonderful, wonderful day. And thank you so much. Happy painting.